I don't have a lot of time today, but I got enough time to tell you this. I am sick of content. Content.
Content.
Content.
It's all about the content. It's all about the content.
Content. I got my law dictionary right here, but as you see, my candle is burning to burn off the hater dust. But what's the definition of content? I guess it's just something contained in something. It feel like it used to have, and I don't know if it used to have, but it just seems like one of those words where something substantive would have been a component of it. Content. I'm sick of this shit. It's like I get and I'm hooked. This is for show. For those of y'all who didn't experience anything that looked like the crack epidemic, I know, we all in here together with the opioid epidemic, where, you could go on some of the city's major streets and see people posing like hurricane-blown trees and like that and such. From their opioids and itching and scratching and twitching when they can't get them. I know y'all see all that, but I'm going to say worse than that is the content epidemic. It's a freaking epidemic. Because whether y'all know it or not, people are going brain dead. They have blood pumping through the veins and capillaries in their brain, but them blood cells just have no information carried. So it's just like mushy brain people. And the content is lending to it. It is the begging for the fucking attention. It's all this shit. And I'm saying it this is a very honest place that I'm coming from. Okay, let me tell you the top 2 types of content makers who somehow get boosted to the top of things, but they're bottom dwellers. Number one is the grown man who turns on his device to talk into it to spread dirt about another person, another grown man. I'm going to say that. I'm not even going to lean it to women. A grown man who turns on his shit to talk shit to another grown man who he could otherwise call, who he could bump into offline without Wi-Fi. And you make content out of that. Now, to me,
That's called gossip.
So the dudes who out here gossiping and they call it journalism and I know you get your check or your sponsorship or whatever, but then it's just this super duper foolishness. And somehow it's just, we get inundated with the shit and we don't always click away from it, close the phone, turn the shit off. And then it's just like a man talking about another man. What the fuck? This is the way you make money? This is the way that you do life? This is, all right, look, they might ship a truckload of gold to your house for doing this shit. But this is how you exercise your mind? This is where your spirit is? Gossiping niggas, when I say niggas, I'm saying the masculine form of human. So it's beyond all race barriers. It's the worst. Y'all are the worst. And then I ain't gonna front. I have a little bit of respect for people who really go see people in person after that person talked about them, turned on their camera and talked about them online. Go see about that. Go handle that or ignore it. But if somebody gets crashed down on because somebody was on there gossiping about them, talking about them, man, you got what you're supposed to get. This is not a different beast. All in the spirit of humanity, using your mind. You a person, you said some shit over there. I'm not calling that your job. I'm not separating that. And it's not no, and mind you, nobody talks shit about me. So this ain't personal. But it takes up so much of the brainwave space that now you see people making it a goal of theirs to say, oh, this happened yesterday. And then the way they title their things on YouTube or on whatever social media they go on, this is bad. This person's finished. This person's a rat. Especially y'all rat chasers. Man, this person's a rat. He ain't no man. You turned on your Wi-Fi to do that. Look at how you are occupying the space of your mind. You ain't inventing shit. If they turned off social media tomorrow, your whole program would change. You just circumstantial. You're not breaking atoms here. You're not bringing new nothing to nothing. It's just gossiping. So then if you bring that to the camera, that means you got that in your home because it's in your mind, because you are that. So that's the number one bottom dweller who tries to uplift themselves as if they got it going on because they getting, I don't know, maybe that's their road to getting money, but all that for money? Are you doing all that for money? You are putting filth on your spirit for money. So those tethered souls, man, they get on my damn. They're terrible, man. That's the number one worst type of content creator. The second worst type is the female in her drawers. Or okay, she's tied for the female in her drawers who does nothing but be in her thong drawers, and she ain't selling cat for real, right? She's selling the imagination of cat. So it's her, and it's all she's tied up with the female who's licking her lips and duck lipping all the time. You know, she's look like looking like she's prepping her mouth to take neck schlong. You know, like every picture she's prepping her mouth to take neck schlong. Like that's the second worst. And they just peel across whatever social media app you're in. And like I said from jump, we are addicted, right? So this is worse than the crack epidemic because you don't even have to be in the streets. Crack, you at least had to like find your way to a unsavory place to get your hands on something. This is just the product of every major advertisement that you receive verbally, TV wise, like wherever you receive it, this is the push. So you get led to the neck schlong girl in her drawers, and she ain't even really letting you hit. You know, so it's like an advertisement. Next thing you know, you get a human trafficking charge. What is that? And then the guy who turns on his Wi-Fi and he talks about other men who he really don't have a nut sack to talk to in person. And it's just crazy that this is what we've devolved into. A gossipy prostitution life. And not to even down prostitution all like that, because this ain't real prostitution. It's just they effing with your mind. And they effing with your time. And with time being the most valuable, least recoupable asset known thus far, what are we doing? I'm so sick of content. Man. I'm so sick of content. It's for the content. People have changed their whole personas. And then another thing about content in these 4K, 8K cameras and all that. Everybody got fake teeth. Like what y'all 30 somethings and 40 somethings got dentures. You got caps on your teeth. Like what the fuck is that? What have we turned into? Why is that the look? What's happened? I'm really curious to know what people I'm really, really curious to know what people think about the content epidemic. I need to call a lifeline. Let me call a friend.
Hello.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
Out of the content on social media that's popular, what is the type of content that you like least out of the popular types?
Are you categorizing them or telling me to come up with a category?
Whatever you think, when you catch yourself looking at this, and you're like, why the fuck am I looking at this? Like, why am I doing this? What has come of us?
I mean, I hate seeing, or I don't like seeing, like, look back at his shots.
Look back at it. Right. Okay.
I don't. I think they're distasteful. I hate when people are trying too hard. So just be your natural self. If you're doing a look back at it shot or pumping your titties up or doing whatever you're trying to do to get attention, it just seems super thirsty to me.
I super agree. So I was like, I'm really sick, and it's so popular, it's everywhere. It becomes a thing that if you got a daughter or if you got like a little sister or a younger female in your life, you gotta kind of train her from not doing that because you see it so much. But like the chick who turns on the camera and every fucking thing, she's like licking her lips and smoky eyed duck lip and shit. I hate that shit.
Yeah. Well, but it's generational, right? Like they grew up thinking that that's super cute. And even if you do have a younger person in your life, because I have a few that I follow on social media, and I'm like, very thirsty. It's not tasteful. And then they're wondering why no one wants to wife them up.
Right.
And I'm like, well, if you look like a thought, then I don't know that someone's really going to try to wife you up. But then they tell me I'm old, and that's what you do. So
fuck that.
But
I don't want them people in my house because I know they're gonna come in my house around my things and be taking pictures and shit and video, and it's all about them. It's not even about the company that you're in. It's all about them and their fucking public who they'll never meet. You know, and then so look back at it shot, that was like one of my top two. I'm glad we're on the same page because I actually put the I might suck your dick girl on the Instagram and the chicken or draws in the same category. Like I put them in the same category of how terrible they are. And
yeah, and I'm not saying that I have a problem with women being sexy, young women being sexy.
But that's not sexy.
Conservative person either, but the thirst is what makes it not sexy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, sexy is a mood and an attitude. It's not always it's chicks who don't do shit, but they're sexy because it's within. And they just know how to navigate that shit. You know, on the camera, whatever. They just know how to do that shit. But it's not because they're doing all the Christmas decorations on their face with the ring lights and shit. It's just they just got it. And this thirst shit is bad. And I really think it's turning out the boys. Like the kids, like the younger men, they don't like what's gonna happen? They're not gonna know.
Well, younger men don't necessarily, they see it, I think some of them like it, but I think a lot of them don't necessarily like it either because they're like, yeah, not somebody I'm going to bring home to my mama. But, there's other things I'll do with them, but I'm not going to bring them home.
Yeah, bringing them home. And I used to love to have people over my house and shit. I don't trust these redhead bitches now. Like, we all got to be on the same floor. I can't have no people downstairs. None of them baby hair chicks. I can't have them like just wandering around in a place where I'm not present. I can't fuck with
Not
that.
the baby hair chick.
Yeah, I can't fuck with the team baby hair. And then, but the other kind of content that's the absolute worst for me, and I don't know if this comes across your algorithm, but it's the men who talk shit about men being like rats, or they did like like men telling on men gossiping about men.
I don't know that that's in my algorithm. I don't really see that.
Okay, so yeah, it's like a big thing. Like, yeah, so and so might be going to jail today because he got in a beef with so and so, and then he gonna tell on so and so, and I'm a stand up dude, but he isn't, and they just do this shit over and over, and they call that shit journalism.
Well, that's just another example of someone that's thirsty for attention, however they can get it. And once again, we're right back to thirst.
Yeah, man, it's bad, and I really don't like it, and I don't know how to get out of this crack house that we're in.
Change your algorithm. You don't have to see it.
I be putting animals in my shit. I be putting all forest, water, vacation excursions, and that shit still comes to my shit. And another thing, the way I know this shit is totally fucking controlled, because I had to be real aggressive in my algorithm to find information on Hurricane Melissa. But I have hella shit popping up about thirsty bitches. And I don't never search thirsty bitches. But I can't find like some major news. So it's all controlled. But anyway, I just wanted you to chime in and thank you for the unrehearsed cosign stamp.
Anytime.
All right. I'll holler in a second.
Okay.
All right. Real recognize real in this piece. I'm telling you, man, thirsty bitches, me can't fill your cup. And so it's y'all, it's the political spectrum, just the you're a Dem, you're a Republican, you're a this, you're a that. Why that shit all over the timeline? What the hell that shit got to do with Earth? You know what I'm saying? And I put in all types of shit on purpose. On purpose. I put in all types of different stuff just on my algorithm. I even got this thing. It's this dude I follow. He just puts piles of food in the woods and sets cameras up and watch like the fox and the squirrel and the blue jay and the bear come eat the shit over like a period of a week. I just put absolute unremoved from people shit in my algorithm, and somehow who's on Billboard as an artist and who's not pops up on my algorithm. Like it's all a product of the same evil that gambles on football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and hockey and boxing, and encourages your children to play fair. It's all the same government. They all count in the same stack together. It's all the same thing that makes over 60% of network television shows about police work, murder, or court. They all do the same shit. They all want to program your mind to the same place of just depravity. Think about it. If you were controlling an algorithm, and I wish there was a better word, but if you were programming people differently, what are the three things, and this is for you to think about, what are the three things that you would populate your programming with? Would it be police, court, and murder? Would it be thirsty hoes and gossipy dudes? Or would you have total different things? Well, let me tell you, the only way you have totally different things is if you have totally different people pulling the strings behind the curtain. And this type of shit makes me sick of the content. The content. You even got these little fat gangsters on all these platforms, on all these things, talking about who's running around and what happened in the past. The code of silence it's not even a thing. If you did it, then if you even heard of it as a rumor, then you could talk about it on camera and think that you could just walk around this life with impunity. Even if nobody Charlie Kirks you. Even if nobody Charlie Kirks you. You still poison the spirits of many who were led to the trough of trash on their phone. Why couldn't they just stumble across and then see something and then you were like, hey, do 30 push-ups, drink water, and go to bed when the sun goes down? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, why couldn't you just help that motherfucker? You know? Man, I'm gonna tell you some. I don't even have to tell you. We're all in this same nonsensical thing together. But content, ooh, it's like being in a bad class that lasts your entire high school. Like, it's not just one semester, and it's like high school lasts forever. That's where we are now. We're in a bad class in high school, and high school lasts forever. And we're in the bad class damn near all day. That's what we're in. In the house of content. So like I said, I'm not going to razzle dazzle you all day. But man, what are we doing? I'm going to tell you the way out of this though. The way out of it is books. Like when you find books, independent writers. I'm not talking about these people bragging about their New York Times bestseller. Matter of fact, fuck all New York Times bestsellers and everybody who wanted to be a New York Times best-selling writer for the sake of being a New York Times bestseller, for the sake of throwing it out there. Fuck y'all. I'm not talking about y'all. What I'm talking about are writers who really had something to say, something to put together, and really presented that shit. And it might be in the library. They probably didn't market the shit, right? They dumped all their stuff into the product. And so books will save you. Communing with nature will save you. This content shit, listen, man, look. Several of us have used this as the alternative to The Office, right? If you got your mic and your camera and your lights and your audience, shit, chop it up. And then they'll get you to where you need to be financially, right? So there's room for proper journalism. There's room for everybody to do their thing, but there's also room for self-improvement before you turn your shit on. And that's where I think we lost all bearings. We lost all bearings. And it affects people when the cameras are off. It affects people. Look at your screen time. If I know my phone says like how much screen time I got every week or something like that. Pat yourself on the back if you got under 4 hours of screen time in a week. On any week. Pat yourself on the back. You're doing it right. Oh, baby. But all of us. Everybody who's over that 4 or 5 hours a week. Oh, baby.
We in a crack house of content.
And it's bad, and we must do better. We got to do better. So I just wanted to come drop that off on you. I would love for all the people that I got coming up. Right now, go to grindstoneuniversal.com. But right here, this was a special episode. This was a flash update episode of Sorry for My Language. But what I have coming up, I just sent this shit for mixing. I got a couple special treats. Yes, it's music. Grindstone Universal's the clothing site. I got a lot coming up, but really what I want to do, I want to spend more time to just like talk about it when it comes out. But for right now, go to Grindstone Universal. Follow me, Grindstone, on all your musical platforms and on all your social media platforms. And I don't think that I'm the problem that I came here to talk about today, but I'm trying to be part of the solution. Work with me. I'm Grindstone. I'm going to go ahead and give it to it, man. It's a flash update. Episode 82 of Sorry for My Language. From me to you. Offer you peace of mind.